We will say that anchoring from the heart space is critical, and especially critical today, because it is that anchoring with love. And as we have said, we are of the energy of love. And so universal love is the key component that many do not understand or utilize in the way that they might and should, we would suggest. And so knowing that this is that, and knowing that these things are of significance, there is the ability, when employing universal love into the physical vessel in which you reside and that others reside in, and weather occurrences that diminish the day in their volatility, that they then might recognize the significance of universal love and employing it to a degree of that self and that self-love. And when we say self-love, we mean the loving of the energy, the loving of the divinity, the loving of the opportunity to be in this space at this point in time, to have feet firmly planted on this earth plane, to be able to connect, to understand, and to look at life from a perspective that is not held by the mind. The mind seeks to judge. The mind seeks to dominate. The mind seeks to rule the roost, let us say. And it is recognizing that you are not your mind. You are not your thoughts. That your consciousness is tethered in many ways to that heart center, where you anchor to your spiritual essence, to your soul, and that divine component which is nestled within. And so it is like an energetic key, do you see? It is that ability to tune in and recognize that when you anchor with the intention, with attention to that space, and it need not be more complicated than that, but when you affix your gaze and focus to that area, you are letting universe know that you are grounding in a way of significance, that you are wanting things to be different. You are not engaging mentally, not engaging some pronouncement or some activity or some aspect from a mental sort of way, but you are doing it from a heart space and a heart-centered way. And that is significant. And it will, in effect, result in a day progressing differently than were you not to begin the day and engage with the day in that way. And so there is a degree of trusting and believing, recognizing and surrendering. And surrendering is merely that you bend the knee to some extent, of knowing that the perspective that have been held are not real. That most of what the mind pronounces and professes is from a factor and a preference of control. For if you become consciously aware, if you become aware of who you are, of your divine lineage, and what this objective and this life objective is to be, the mind loses its footing. The mind loses its prominent position of power. For it arches over the body, and it does rule the roost in many regards of what is occurring in the body, from blood circulation and heartbeat and flow. And it then is relegated to something of a lesser standard than it considers its lofty position of power. And so you must become the conscious awareness once again. You must chuckle at what the mind suggests. You must not judge, but relinquish its weighty measures, and know that when it suggests something of a negative factor, something that is putting the one down, that you must love yourself enough to know that this is what that is doing. And that we suggest is that egoic measure, that mind stimulation that wants to divert and digress and move you away from the purpose, which is at the end of the day the reason for your being here. And so many have become distracted with trivialities. And we do not mean to say that you are not meant to have fun. It is just how do you have the fun that will move you in a measure that is significant. For life is meant to be fun, but we suggest it is not meant to be filled with those things that do not move you in a measured way throughout your day. And so as you look and as you grow and as you look upon this or that endeavor or activity, know that all is a choice. All either moves you forward or moves you back. And that is what we hope many to look upon life this day and to recognize that each moment of the day, from what to eat, from what to put on as attire, from what to attend, or even to think about briefly, each is a choice. And life is a series of choices. And those that are here today have made that election to make the choice of being here as opposed to being there. And we hope that beyond this day and as you move forward into play all that is, that you continue to make those uplifting choices that will propel your day in a most significant way. For life here is an opportunity. And when you move in a way that is not loving and not kind and not of that higher nature, then there is a diminishment in many regards of what might be accomplished, for there is an unworthiness that is felt that is also not real. And so we suggest that you move in a way that will allow you to recognize all that might be. And in doing so, you know that more might be in play this day. And it is simple, and it is not a overwhelming objective, but it is maintaining the conscious ability to steadfastly be in that flow and be in that momentum of knowing your significance, knowing of the love in your heart, and rejecting and releasing those things that suggest otherwise. For all in this life is a choice. All in this life is an opportunity. All in this life is the perfect ability to navigate, to know what is preferred and what is not preferred. And so start from the heart center, start from love, and start from all that you seek to accomplish in the time that you are here in this earth space.